Hey, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for January 2025. So on January 2nd, we have two different events popping off. The first one, Vesta, she's moving into Scorpio energy. I don't normally talk about the asteroids on these particular forecasts. If you want to learn more about it, please join my Patreon where we do a deep dive and kind of understanding the back burner energy that some of these asteroid placements definitely create in the collective. The major event that we got going on here today is Venus. Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, money. She was in Aquarius energy, again, emotionally detaching us from our situation and circumstance in order to figure out the greater, grander picture of where it is that we would like to end up. And of course, giving us a little bit of a bigger, broader perspective of what needs to change, not only within us, but within our physical realms to actually align with that goal, vision, and dream. Now she's moving into Pisces energy. Pisces energy, of course, is a mutable energy. Mutability means that it's time to change, time to go with the flow, that there's going to be some sort of transformation taking place, not only within us, where our values, our priorities, our heart space is concerned, but again, leading towards the external changes that will eventually follow. The Pisces energy is a water sign, so we know that things are going to get hella intuitive, hella dreamy, probably hella depressed and sad at some point. And again, I'm going to recommend, if you haven't already, to download your January energy guide. Capture what's going on for you at this particular shift because, spoiler alert, Venus is eventually going to go retrograde in Aries energy and then creep back into the Pisces energy. So we're going to want to capture what's going on for us right now. The Pisces energy is about endings and closures, karmically speaking, where relationships and resources and money matters are concerned. There's just as much of an ending as there is a beginning. We have to clear away the old dreams, the old values, the old priorities in order to have the space to actually align with the new dreams, the new visions that need to be downloaded within us in order for us to, again, honor our higher selves, our soul space, and actually pursue a new path. So the Pisces energy is super interesting because, of course, just like water, it takes on many different forms. We can have high dreaminess, high level of intuition, high level of creativity, and very low points of emotion where grief and sadness take over us in order for us to have a release to get it out of our physical body so that, again, when Venus moves into the Aries energy and starts a brand new cycle, we are lightening the load for that particular shift. So, of course, we're going to be in this Pisces energy for a little bit, January 2nd to February 4th. And then once she retrogrades, we're going to be in it, towards the end of March, taking us all the way into the end of April. So again, I'm going to encourage you to capture what's going on for you in those energy guides, because we're going to have to come back and reference this particular point in the calendar in order to truly understand what it is that we've let go, what it is that we put behind us, where it is that the major changes have taken place in our heart space in order to move on and move forward. So with that being said, Pisces energy is a little bit delusional, a hella confusing as well. And although there is rainbows and butterflies, it can turn pretty gray pretty fast. And so, we have to appreciate the good things. We have to appreciate the small things. We have to appreciate the beauty because, of course, Venus being the goddess of love and beauty, she wants to focus on the positive. She wants to focus on what the beauty actually is, not only in our physical realms, not only within us, but within other people as well. Now, we can be in love with love under this particular influence, but it can also create a very, very strong sense of loneliness if we're not kind of in situations and circumstances to be receiving the kind of love that, of course, our higher self, our soul self is craving. This is a great time for empathy, for compassion, but it overwhelms us because we're able to pick up on all of the energies, the subtle energies of other people and of our environment. This is a great time to kind of forgive, maybe not forget, but to try and understand where other people are coming from. And because there has been a little bit of a disruption in the familial dysfunction and in personal relationships, this is a great time to reconcile. Now, that being said, the overwhelming amount of empathy and compassion that we're able to tap into, collectively speaking, can also be very overwhelming for those of us that are taking the collective's energy in and alchemizing it. Again, just as high as we can get on love, on rainbows, on butterflies, on intuition, on dreams, on creativity, the lows are absolutely paralyzing. We're a little bit softer in this energy. We're a little bit, I'm going to say, disconnected with reality, which sometimes isn't a bad thing, disconnection in order to kind of, renew our hopes, our faith, our wishes, our dreams. That's a great thing. But disassociating and checking out from reality, not such a great thing to do, especially kicking off this brand new year. And so, boundaries definitely get tested. Boundaries definitely blur under this particular energy. Again, just think of the water energy crashing upon the earth. Eventually, it is going to erode. It is going to kind of change that particular structure, specifically because Venus is all about her love and money. The structures of our relationship dynamics and our finances are definitely going to be shifting as well. We have to understand that, with every single energy shift, there are some high highs, there are some pros, and there are some cons that take us to the low lows. And the shadow side of this particular energy is that we are kind of disillusioned. We are a little bit too naive. We are so in love with love that we kind of, create, let's call it, unrealistic expectations. We are easily deceived under this influence. And because Pisces energy is very connected to our belief system, and side note, we have Saturn in this Pisces energy trying to dissolve the old belief system, we're definitely going to go through a little bit of an inner realm crisis, trying to figure out what it is that we actually believe in. Of course, we've been presented with information and details to challenge what we thought was true, what we thought we wanted, what we thought we needed, what we thought we desired. And now we have a little bit of time to kind of sit down, put the pieces back together in the best kind of way to see where it is that we're currently standing. What we want to watch out for is being a little bit too naive, a little bit too deluded, a little bit too disassociated from reality. We have a high probability of basically becoming infatuated with an idea of something instead of the actual reality of something. So this could be a project, this could be a vision, a dream, this could be a partner, this could be just an over-exaggerated situation that eventually will disappoint us in the worst kind of ways because of our inability to actually stay grounded, to actually stay in alignment with reality. So, of course, this is a positive situation for Venus to be in. She loves being in this Pisces energy. It is very whimsical. It is very dreamy. There is a lot of emotion, a lot of intuition coming up to the surface. And although we think that we are receiving intuitive insights, that we think we know what's going on, again, the lines are blurred. There's a lot of illusion that kind of creeps up, and we have a false sense of reality. So we need to be very careful with what it is that we're kind of gravitating to, what it is that we're pouring our time and energy into. We have to stay grounded. We have to take a realistic approach to what it is now that's being triggered and activated in our soul space. Again, there are a lot of new aspects coming online, but we are just not seeing them as clearly as we need to be.